God. The kitchen is a disaster right now. Kitchen's a disaster, folks. That's why we're in the laundry room. We're going to do a laundromat drinking. I've been washing windows for the first time in 2 years since I got this house. I've never washed the windows. Actually, I saw this thing of Windex in my cupboard, and I thought, did I buy that? So I just showed you the kitchen, and in the kitchen, you might be able to hear it in the background, is a dishwasher. I bought a portable dishwasher. And it showed up today. I went and got it. There was a lot of doubt if it could fit up to my 1940s plumbing. It did. I loaded it up with filthy, filthy dishes. I didn't even scrape things off at all. And washed it. And 95% of everything I put in there came out beautifully clean. The shit that didn't come out beautifully clean was stuff that I should have been scrubbing or just throw away. And buy new, and I'm so deeply moved by the why we're in the laundry room right now is like when I first bought this house, this really wonderful guy said, hey Earl, you know what, I know you love your house, but you know what I really think you like is your washer and dryer. And he was fucking right, absolutely fucking right. Malt liquor. The house is an amazing, amazing accomplishment. It also fills me with a certain amount of trepidation. You know, it's in a big attempt to pay off a mortgage. But what I do right now is I have the best washer and dryer I could afford. I have the most efficient, effective, and reputable portable dishwasher that I could afford, and I'm proud. I'm proud of it. And all right, I'm gonna tell you a secret right now. I got emotional when I fired it up. I'm not joking. I cried. You know what? There's been only a couple times in my life that I've cried because I'm happy. I was like thinking about that, man, and it's like, you're so happy you cry, you know, like these are rare and unique moments in your life. They should be marked, and there should be a tribute to it, you know. Malt liquor. I think it's like I spent a little bit more than 8 years saving up for this house to make a down payment on it. And my first year I was like full of fear, thinking that like maybe it's not real. And my second year I was like thinking this might be real, and what does this mean for my life? And you know, I did the standard. You know, I had people over for barbecues and dinners, and I had guests spend the night. I've got a spare bedroom I never use. I got a spare bed I never use, and it was fun to have people come over. Why don't you come over for a cup of coffee and things like that? And like buying the washer and dryer was like a big deal for me, and part of my goal is still kind of ephemeral. Like, it's still about like paying off my house in 10 years. But I never dreamed that those individual years could be filled with like such joy that it'd make me like, you know, cry about it. I think that I think sometimes I focus on goals and forget to pay attention to the steps. along the way. It's such a beautiful thing. Like today, like being aware of how lucky and fortunate and grateful, and like I wanted to, like, not only I wanted to thank myself, but I wanted to go back in time, and tell the Earl that was working like 3 jobs and renting a car to live in, and dreaming about owning his own home, when I built the tiny house, that actually seemed to people to be like a backward step. They're like, well, I know a lot of people living on the street in kind of a semi-permanent basis, but like, you're not quite like them. As in one of my bosses told me that. I told one of my best friend's husbands, my best friend's husband, I told my plan to live in a tiny house, and he's like, oh, you don't. He told me a bunch of undermining, unappreciative, non-supportive things. It made me doubt myself. Not enough that I stop. I mean, the thing is, like, if you see a goal, if I see a goal, if I see a possibility for success, and I don't necessarily see a reason not to try for it, I'm going to try for it. And a lot of times in my life, that's led me to things that I actually didn't necessarily want to accomplish. I don't know if you can hear that. I love that sound. The heater coming on. The heater's brand new. That's the other thing. Brand new. Brand new. Brand new. It's like... Things were hard earlier in my life, and things are getting easier in the middle of my life. And I've got high hopes.